result, and thankfully they didn't go to half-time and drain the legs even further.
In many ways, it feels like it's been the story of the last 8 weeks, 12 weeks with Liverpool. 12 weeks going too far. Maybe the last six to 8 weeks of grinding out, and then getting a late winner.
Well, again, it just goes to show that Liverpool are pushing all the way to the very end, and you can't relax against this team. Like I said, I felt Monterrey had an excellent game. They stuck to their plan, but again, we always felt that it was just going to be one little bit of brilliance or one little missed tackle. And in this sense, it was brilliance by Salah. But then when you talk about the pass from Trent Alexander into it, that was just world class.
That's exactly what my next thing was. So if we're talking about brilliance, is it more brilliance from Salah or more brilliance from Alexander-Arnold, or can you not split them?
No, I'd give more credit to Trent Alexander, to be honest, because I thought Mo had messed it up, to be honest. But he managed to keep hold of it.
And you're a former fullback.
But yeah, managed to keep hold of it. And what it does great, where he sets it back, the defence jumps forward, and obviously Trent just leaves the ball in the area they came from. So it's a great pass because he's just left it in a dangerous area.
Just give me an appreciation, both of you, of the cross, really.
Well, for me, he's seen something there with that pass, and we all know Trent's ability to cross a ball. He's obviously seen things in games, and this movement of Firmino, whether he's just seen it, because he's put it in the most dangerous area, and Firmino knows exactly where that is. And like I said, the pace of it, it wasn't
That's the
whipped.
difference. The pace on it.
Yeah, it was like the perfect timing of a pass to be able to just put into that area.
Some people would have seen that space coming, but would have put too much pace on it, so either Firmino couldn't get there, or that it would have been too hard to control the finish. But the fact he just almost waited for them to create the space and just left it in there with the right pace, I think that's the difference.
Because the most natural thing would be just
quickly get it in.
Just quickly get in, would it?
Yeah, for some people just see the space and just think, you know what, last minute of the game, let's just whip it in a dangerous area. Whereas he's actually stayed very calm and composed and just caressed it in there, really.
I actually thought he was going to clip it to the back stick. You know, that's what, naturally, if I was in that position, I would have looked to clip it to the back stick. So again, the ability for him to be able to play that ball in there is fantastic.
Let's just take a look at Liverpool's opening goal in case everybody's joined us late and I haven't seen it. Mo Salah was involved again.
Again, it was great work from the link-up play, because we've talked about the link-up play between Keita and Salah. And this ball that gets played into Salah, he's creating this space now for players to be able to run in behind. And again, Keita's run in there was perfect timing, and the ball was sensational. And you can't stop that.
No. If you pause that clip there just before he makes the pass isn't on.
Yeah.
The Monterrey are actually in good defensive areas, and the centre half that the ball's been slipped behind, you kind of feel sorry for him because he's never seeing that pass, so he's tried to creep closer to the runner, which sometimes could be the right thing, but Mo has managed to chop it back through the guy that's marking his legs behind the other guy, and there's just not many people on the planet that could do that.
So it's Flamengo in the final for Liverpool, and that will be on Saturday evening. Our build-up will begin at 5:15 on BBC One, and then it kicks off at 5:30. We'll get some reaction very shortly from the Liverpool camp. We were discussing during that second half, maybe he wouldn't have wanted to bring Firmino on or Mane on or also Trent Alexander-Arnold on. But actually, when you looked at what was available to him, there wasn't much else available for him to bring on.
Well, no. We were talking, if it was going to go into extra time, would he make that fourth substitute? And then who was he going to bring on? Yeah. So, look, I'm sure he wouldn't have wanted to bring them players on because I think he would have been saving them for the final. But again, you're playing against a team that was fighting for their lives. This is an opportunity for them. And like I said, I feel that Monterrey had the perfect game plan. Like I said, they had some great chances in that game and they could have taken it. I mean, again, for me, Alisson was brilliant in goal. He stopped some incredible saves. So, again, he had to bring his players on to get the win.
I mean, it did feel, actually, at times during that second half as though Monterrey had the better chances.
Yeah, definitely. I think they had the sort of momentum with them, really. You know, they was giving Liverpool a game which not many people expected, not to go that long into the 90 minutes. So, yeah, I think they can hold their head up well. And I think on the ball, I think they looked the better side, to be honest. They just didn't have the quality that Liverpool had.
OK, let's bring you some reaction then from Liverpool. Their captain, Jordan Henderson, is here, and here are his thoughts.
And it made it very difficult for us, you know. So yeah, delighted to keep going. I felt we did control the game. We didn't create too much, to be honest. We controlled a lot with the ball. Had a couple of half-decent chances, but thankfully we managed to get one right at the end.
And how difficult was it for you, obviously with Virgil van Dijk missing, but you're stepping in to replace him at the back?
Yeah, it was a bit different. But I just tried to, do my best in that position, you know. I had great people around us, Robbo, Joe talking to us all the time. So yeah, most important thing was the win. You know, we defended pretty well for the majority of the game. Like we scored a couple of more goals, but overall I think we've got to be delighted with the way things went in the end.
Yeah, it was a bit different. You know that feeling.
I know. You know what? I know exactly how it feels.
If Virgil van Dijk is fit for the final, then all of a sudden that gives him it gives him a few more options than Klopp, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I think, like as Jordan says there, he'll be the first one that wants him back. But you've got to give credit to Jordan there today. He's clearly not a centre half, but he's done what he's needed to do as a captain for the team, and you can only be grateful for players like that. Same with Milner, you know, always playing out of position. But of course, when Van Dijk comes back, then Jordan will push a bit further forward, and it'll give him that sort of solidarity again, and dictate the final probably more in terms of the Liverpool way than they did today.
Yeah, and also a break for one of those central three midfielders, because Keita and Lallana and Oxlade-Chamberlain played the full 90s.
They definitely played the full 90, and they definitely worked hard today. I thought all three of them were excellent. At times, I felt they could have pushed forward that little bit more. And like I said, it becomes a little bit stalemate with Liverpool because they have so much possession of it, and I think sometimes they just overplay, whereas they have so much creativity in there. I just think when they really ramp it up, they could destroy a lot more teams.
And for the final, you start Mane, you start Firmino, and you start Alexander-Arnold.
Yeah, that's what they're there for now. Yeah. They're there. They've got to put out the best team for the final, and obviously it'd be great for them to make even more history if they do and go there and perform and lift the trophy.
Okay, it's been great to have you both with us. Thank you very much, Glenn Johnson and Harry Kewell. So Liverpool left it late this evening to beat Monterrey. Now it's on the final that everybody wanted, both here and...
Tremendous Liverpool goal! And Trinidad Murray puts it in! It's trying to wriggle through, what a run! Good save! Liverpool are in the final of the Club World Cup!
You left it very late indeed, but you're through to the final. Just talk us about it.
Yeah, that's no coincidence. The amount of late goals we've got this season is pure mentality and character. Difficult game tonight, different opposition, caused us issues at times, but the lads dug deep, and with the changes we had impact. And Bobby was tremendous when he come on and nicked the goal for us.
Yeah. And of course you played for Menga in the final. What do you know about them? A different challenge altogether, I guess.
Yeah, we watched them the other night. I'm sure Bobby and Alison can give us some information, but we'll recover now. It's nice that we got the goal before extra time, obviously with a quick turnaround.
Thanks, Adam. Cheers, mate. All the best.
Yeah, Adam Lallana with beIN Sports. Aaron Summers, 2-1 then, Liverpool win it, and they'll be in the final, which we'll have live here on HD 11 on Saturday. The Leicester City-Manchester City game will take place at the same time in the Premier League, but we'll be watching Liverpool here, and everybody hoping now that, the English language speakers amongst us, that Liverpool go on to add that to their long CV of trophies won down the years, the one that's always eluded them. But it seems they've got their business head on and want to win it now.
Yeah, they came here to win it, for sure, especially after all the discussions been the last few weeks. But it's a tough game against Flamengo. It won't be easy.
It's an attractive game as well, isn't it?
Yeah. It's going to be a lot of fans there.
If you can see the European style they want to play. With Jesus as their coach, he was always with Benfica. But the second half you could see a little bit more flair, more passion, quicker play. And so it's going to be interesting to see.
It's a great story for Flamengo, isn't it, as well? It's an amazing story. You weren't expected to win, but trailing in the Copa Libertadores final, and all of a sudden, from nowhere, produce an amazing finish in that.
Last 2 minutes or something?
Yeah, extraordinary. So it was an amazing story for me.
More reaction from the Khalifa International Stadium here in Doha tonight. Andy Robertson's waiting to talk to us.
Andy, Adam was saying it was no coincidence that you've scored another late goal. Talk us through it. A difficult game, would you say?
Yeah, difficult. We knew they were a good team. They're here for a reason, but we also knew they would tire. And the last 15-20 minutes, the gap started to appear, and I think there's only going to be one team that won it. But luckily, we got it done before extra time. That was important. And Bobby comes off the bench and scores a great goal. So I'm just delighted to be in the final now.
Yeah, a different back four, shall we say, going into tonight's tie. Virgil van Dijk, how is he? Will he be okay for the final?
Yeah, he should be. I think Virgil's tucked up in bed, so hopefully he's had a good night's rest. But come Saturday, I'm sure he'll be fine. But I thought John Henderson done different class there. First game he's ever played there, probably his professional career, and he stepped in and we tried to help him as much as we can, and hopefully he says we've done that. But I thought it was different class.
And for Flamengo, a different challenge for you on Saturday. What do you know about them?
Yeah, we watched them. We watched them in their semi-final last night. First half they struggled against a good team, but second half they were very dominant and amazing. They played a great second half. So we know they've got fantastic players.